All right, here we are.
Here we are, guys, with the mainstream media here today.
That cameraman gives us a sly look.
What channel do you guys represent?
Now, I went in there pretty calm, trying to ask questions, you know, but they always end up with sour faces, miserable, cut off, look, no eye contact and gone. She's just disappeared off the face of the planet.
Within the state, the nation.
The way they treat people, you know, like this is it. This is like, you can't make a story. You know, I'm asking questions because I want to put together a story. So, you know, and they just treat you like this. They just shut you off, just trying to make it. Mate, I'm not here. I'm just asking you questions about what you do. We see what you do with your cameras. You don't have to bloody film what I'm doing. I'll show you what I'm doing. Anyway, again, this bit was on the news.
It's a standoff. It's a camera standoff. Lucky I'm not touching it.
We stand in unity.
But I'll show you the full video of this afterwards. Now, obviously, I'm not fully proud of this because, you know, I don't want to be yelling at the. It's not that I'm really yelling. That's not yelling to me. That's not yelling. Don't worry about that. It's just speaking. Basically, it's telling them my opinion about them. But at the same time, it's because they shut you off and give you the sour face, and that's what all mainstream media do. They all do the same thing. You approach any of them, they're all doing exactly what she does. Ignore you, don't want to look at you, and just don't want to answer your questions and just shrug you off, like just become a robot. That's all they are. It's just robot writers. They're out to tell a story. That's it. They're like a film production crew, these people. They're a production crew. You got your security guy. He probably looks after coffees and catering and all sorts of stuff. You got the camera guy, and you got the guy on the right there, over there on the side. He's probably like a producer actually, I wouldn't know what he is. I got no idea. Someone out there in the industry would. Maybe he's one of the main senior journalists that writes a story. Look, I've touched the nerve the way she looked back. But yeah, she's checking it out because she's thinking, look, there's the other guy. He's saying something to her. Look, I just want an interview. I just want to ask him a couple of questions. Surely they've got time to stop and just answer my questions. You know, this is how else am I meant to get questions off and write to the Channel 7 ask if I can interview these two people? Is that how it works? No, I want to interview them right there in public. Right there and then. That's how real journalism works. You go up and they're working in journalism, so they should understand what it's like to be approached and ask questions. That's as good as it gets. But anyway, I'm not proud of speaking at the event like this, like over the people. And there was people in the crowd that mentioned that. And I felt bad for that, you know, talking out. But it was a moment that occurred, and it's the only moment where it could have occurred because I can't find them anywhere else where I can approach them like this. And, you know, you just want to put your story together and have them just have a conversation. But no, they don't want to. All right, so then I just turned into that journalist where you just got to smash them, you know, like you're hounding for a story. I'm basically trying to be what they signed up for, and that's journalism. He's hounding people for a story like this. This is hounding a story. Look, I've hounded her out of the way. Do you know what? I've done my job there. I've made her piss off. I've made her get out of town. That's it. She's out of town. She's out of there. She's gone. Yep. That's it. Next. Yep. Back at base. They're wondering where the journalist went. I've obviously made her go off and have a bit of a cry. She can't handle the hard questions. There's the whatever his role is. Looks like Jeff Parry Jr., whoever he is. He's about as small as him. Anyway, good on him. Mate, hey, don't worry about height vertical challenge. It's all good. I shouldn't do that. But, you know, we're being citizen journalists. They'll be hating this. They went to university to be academically trained to create a story. That's the difference. But they look frown down upon people like us because of that reason. They think that we can't put together a story. They got their story given to them by a global leader. Yes, they're going to go out and get a story before their global leader that tells them, hey, go and cover this. Don't think for yourself and go out and ask questions and whatever. Just cover it. And then we'll give you, then the editor goes on, which is probably that bloke there at the front, comes along, gives his take on it and writes up a big hardcore story about it just to try and entertain the sheep. So they all go, meh. So they're creating like a division in society, these guys here, this mainstream media people. They're creating a big division. And that division should be seen as illegal because it is division that they are creating. And if you get my point there. Anyway, I'm going to show you this video now, and you can watch it in its full form. Like I said, you know, it's me just trying to have a talk with them and throwing it back at them and in their face and whatever. And yeah, so here it is. Have a listen. This is the video in full. But look at what they put on the news. You're watching another Hang Loose Recluse video. Thank you.
The father of WikiLeaks publisher Julian Assange has made a rare appearance at a freedom rally in Perth. John Shipton took aim at Prime Minister Anthony Albanese for not doing enough to bring his son back home to Australia. Before some in the crowd took aim at our cameras.
It's a standoff. It's a camera standoff. Lucky I'm not touching it.
We stand in unity.
Julian Assange is facing extradition from the UK to the US on espionage charges.
Here we are, guys, with the mainstream media here today.
Other First Nations
Which
states
channel do you guys represent?
all over
Just curious.
the continent.
Are you guys Are you guys programmed not to talk to audiences?
As freedom fighters for
But
200
are you?
plus years,
I'm trying to film.
invite all the freedom fighters within the state, the nation and the world to join us as freedom fighters and become part of us with our natural law, not LAW.
Yay, all right.
LRE.
All right. It's a standoff. It's a camera standoff. Lucky I'm not touching it.
We stand in
Lucky.
unity with all.
It's a standoff. It's a camera standoff. Lucky I'm not touching it.
We stand in unity around the world against tyranny.
Is this your fight you want to do? Is it? Is this what you want to do?
Unity
You want to hound me?
with
Look at this camera operator, guys. He's hounding a citizen of the public. Check out this camera operator just here. This mainstream journalist, this person that cannot speak his own mind. All he can do is speak the minds
found on
of
Facebook.
their global bosses.
the
That's all they
pathway
can
to
do.
freedom.
And then they try to turn the camera on us.
Freedom
We should be turning the camera on you, fuckwits, for being
to join
fuckwits.
us in the fight against
Aussie
tyranny,
Cossacks in town.
terrorism.
I'm just
There is a
giving my opinion, brother.
constitutional
We're all sick of the mainstream media, every single one of us. Even your
only
friends
way
are sick of the bullshit you peddle.
constitutional
I just have fun, bro. I can speak all I
tyranny
like. Yeah, but I can
and
speak all I like.
terrorism.
I'm just speaking. I'm not going to get
is to
violent.
stand in
I'm just going to fucking drill the cunts because how many people have you guys hounded down for a story? I'm hounding my story. Please talk to me in an interview.
No.
You can't touch me, bro. You can't touch me either. You just land on me.
We stand in our own authority.
Can I get an interview with you guys? Can I show you?
And we
Can I get an
invite
interview?
every one of you around the world fighting for your freedom.
Can I get an
to join
interview,
us
please?
On Facebook, the pathway to freedom.
This is why I can't come out to so many events, bro. Thanks, man. Yeah, he's this.
If I can ask
He's
you,
their Aussie
when we
Cossack.
leave here,
Aussie Cossack is now working security, Channel 7. No, you're alright, bro. I know you're doing a job.
that we are
But I've got a job to do as a citizen of this country to stand up to mainstream media
into our
and try and tell them to start reporting truth, even though it's beyond you.
away
But
from
no, they're not.
this illegitimate
Yeah, that's it, soulless, yeah.
system of governance.
But you can't come to work and do what you want to do. You come to work and have to do what you're told to do.
Of the people, for the people, by the people.
Who told you to do this story today? That's all I want to ask. Did you make up your mind to do this story, or were you told to do this story?
Life, liberty,
Is this something you strive to be for the rest of your life? A journalist of the people, of the globalist people?
after a long time of abuse, you have the right, you have the duty to stick.
Thank you, Greg. Okay, it's my great pleasure now to introduce a lady who's
Does that
a
lady
science
know about
grad,
the 16,000
has won
exits?
international awards as a blogger
In Australia?
and has
She
recently
doesn't know about
completed
that
a
data?
speaking tour of Europe, speaking on climate, energy and economics. Please welcome Jo Nova.
We're just being journalists, mate. Trying to get the real story. We want to get the real story.
You can stand in front of them, video it.
Yeah, I know.
Man.
Oh, well, I got right in front of me, boy. It's all good. I just can't get
Use it
access.
from here as much.
Pretending that it's fine.
That's the idea.
They're saying it's absurd. Every fire, every
Yes,
fire
boss.
and every
I'll do what you told me.